Welcome back to the Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles channel. Tonight we're going to do a multi-denominational hunt. I haven't done one of these in a little while, but we have 10 rolls of each denomination aside from half dollars and dollars. But I have 10 rolls of pennies, 10 rolls of nickels, 10 rolls of dimes, 10 rolls of quarters. I could not get customer wrapped in the nickels, and there was one straggler Fed wrapped in the dimes. So we'll be looking for silvers, West Points. Oddly enough, there's a West Point you can find in the dimes, 1996. And there are West Points that you can find for nickels and pennies as well. I think it's 2019 for the pennies, possibly 2020 for the nickels. I don't remember, not 100% positive on that. Excuse me. So we're going to be looking for through these for errors, varieties, foreigns, silver, W's, proofs, whatever I can find in here. So I'm going to start with the quarters and move my way back to the pennies or the cents. And if I come across anything really cool, I'll bring you in for it. Otherwise, I'm going to do 10 rolls, 10 rolls, 10 rolls, 10 rolls. And I'll bring you in for each denomination wrap-up. Like I said, unless I come across something cool. So let's get into this hunt. It's been a long little intro there. And I will be right back. 10 rolls of quarters have been hunted. And they did not disappoint. We actually have some pretty cool finds. So I have our Weir Farm, aka Old Faithful. So we have a die chip on the tree, which makes it look like a broken branch. So that's what I call it, broken branch die chip. We have a little die crack right off the elbow here. It looks like it kind of runs up through here. And then something that I haven't seen before is a giant die chip inside the A. So that's a cool find. Then we have the Nevada. I don't believe we have a pooping horse. I didn't see any die chips going on there. But we do have a massive die chip under George Washington's bust, right under the neckline, which is really cool. Unfortunately, it's riddled. There's a nice little die chip out here. But we have the Ring of Death coming all the way around it here. So that's unfortunate, because that's nice. Kind of looks like a hedgehog. That's too bad. So we have those. Then we did get the Edith Kanaka Ole DDR number 1. And I like this one because this was my discovery. Trying to get it so you can actually see it better. So you can see the top of the O, the F, A, the M, E, R, all the way across to America. And then the bottom of the letters at the top are much thicker. In United States, doubling in the D. All of that is doubled. We come down to E pluribus, and that's all doubled. You can see that there. And then we have doubling in Eho, my on the inside of the letters, top of the I, right side of the K's, and the lower portion of the apostrophes. And also doubling in RG. There's doubling up in her hair. And I got 2 of those. So that's not bad. We got 2 DDRs. And a couple of finds up here as well. So let's get into the dimes. Let's see what we can find in the dimes. This roll right here on the dimes, I believe it was this one, weighed heavy. So we'll see if there's anything in that one. I'm going to start obviously this way, come back this way, and I'll bring you in maybe for this one, see what pour it out, maybe something will be in there, who knows. Let's get into the dimes. We'll be right back. Alright, so I do believe this is the one that was heavy. I think it was 117. Yeah, 117. So, try to dump it out. Let's see. Live here. It could just be an extra dime. Who knows? But let's see if we can. All right. I think it's a proof. $19.84 proof dime. I'll take that for sure. It's not silver, but who knows? Maybe that's where the weight difference came in. Don't see anything there. I don't see anything there. Don't see anything there. Don't see anything there. And nothing there. And nothing there. So, I don't know. We did get a proof out of it, so definitely take that. Alright. Let me hunt this roll and I will be back. I got one more roll of dimes. I'll be back with the finds. Alright, just finished up the dimes. And those 10 rolls gave us 4 1970s, 3 Ds, and 1 Philly. And these are the proof reverses. I'll just pull one of them aside here and show you that within the flame you have those extra indents right here, these crevices. That is a proof reverse. They're not supposed to have those. However, most of the 1970s that I find do have them, so I don't think that they're all that uncommon. Now on the 69, I think it's the Denver. That's the one to find. And we did get a nice 2009 Philly, lower mintage. And this 1984 proof clad dime. Let's get into the nickels. See what we can find. I'll be right back. So just flattened out roll number 1, and right off the bat we have a 1958. I'm just kidding, that's not why I brought you in. We have, where'd it go? Right here. It looks like a 45. We got silver, baby. Roll number 1. 1945 Philadelphia silver war nickel. Has seen better days, but just so you can see, that was the first roll. Alright, let me keep it going. Bring you back with the next find. Alright, we got a good amount of finds out of 10 rolls of nickels. We have 1 Canadian, 1985. I had a 52 San Francisco, 58 Denver, 46 Denver, and a 39 Philly, no doubling, no henning. I have a 2024 Denver, lower mintage. Down here we have our varieties. So let me cut the light for a second and show you what we have here. So this one is a 2016, and we have extra thickness in the window right here, that triangle. We have extra thickness in this window, and I thought this was going to be DDR number 1 on Variety Vista, but it's not. This one is not listed. Get a little bit of light. It's kind of funky here. So I have this one held aside. I believe this is a. Yeah, you can see the slant this way. on Monticello. It's definitely thicker. We'll hold that one aside. This one here, this is a reverse as well, 2023. We have doubling up in the window, doubling down in the pillars, and then let's see, a little bit at the top of the M, top of the N, left side of the I, left side of the C, left side of the E, all the way down. So a little bit of doubling there. This one here is another 2016, and this one was awesome. This one we have the clashing of the eyes down below the building. So if we flip her over like this and get the kind of an angle on it, you can see the two eyeballs. We have one here and one there. So that's pretty sweet. That's a good find. This one here, 2023. Underneath. And we have doubling in the window, doubling at the tops of the panes there. I'm not keeping that one, it is junk. This one here is a 2018. And oh, this one was on the obverse, I believe. We have a strike through right here. We'll hold that one aside. We did also get our 1945 Philly silver. And this 2018 Philly is actually in really, really nice condition. Probably one of the better nickels that I've found. And there's some dings on it, yes, but usually when you find them out of a roll, they are hacked to hell. And this one really isn't all that bad. Little ding on the forehead there, a couple little nicks here. But out of a circulated roll, 7 years old, that's a nice looking coin, so I'm keeping that one. Alright, let's get into the pennies and see what we can find. Be right back. So out of those 10 rolls of pennies, we have 4 Canadians. We have an 87, a nice 2006, a 62, and an 81. The 62 is a young head. That's nice. Then we did get 6 wheat cents out of 10 rolls, so that's pretty good. A 1952, 44, a 53, 58 Denver, 44, and a 52 Denver. I did get one error. I want to say this is like a 91. I can't really tell. I can't tell for sure, but we do have a grease strike, a pretty good one, so the date is pretty much gone. Depending on the lighting there. I can't really get a good feel for the date. And part of Liberty is gone. In God is pretty much there. The reverse is pretty good. Nice die crack right there. Everything else is pretty much intact. But that date is gone. And that's what we have for our pennies. We got our wheats. We have our Canadians and our era. And that does it for our hunt. We did get silver. We got a 2024. We got a proof. We got double dies. That was a really good hunt. I'm happy with that for sure. So I hope you guys will get a date there, maybe. I just thought I was gonna get no. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. 91, I think. Please consider subscribing if you haven't done so yet. If you do go ahead and subscribe, please be sure to hit that notification bell so you get notified on all of my upcoming videos. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. And like I always do, forget to weigh the copper. 316 minus like the 13.2 grams for the cup. All right. See you on the next one.